That brings me to a discussion about the curfew. Many have asked when the curfew comes off. And many have said, if you just would give us a way to measure, give us a goal, tell us at what point we will be able to take a curfew off in the state of Ohio. And so we're going to do that today. As I said, again, we've seen cases come down, which is good. That's a good indicator that we're headed, at least for a while, in the right direction. Eric, let's look at the other slide again, if we could. Again, this is a better number. Now, it's still high, and Dr. Vanderhoff will tell you that's significantly higher than what flu would be, 3 or 4 times what flu would be. But compared to where we have been, it's a better number, and it would appear to be an improving number. Again, I want to, before I announce what we're going to do with the curfew, I want a caution. Virus, the one thing we've learned about this virus is it's extremely unpredictable. We don't know where it's going to go. We do have a new variant, the Ohio variant or the Midwest variant that Dr. Vanderhoff has talked about. And one of the things that we are concerned about is if it does become the dominant strain in Ohio. The UK strain took, I guess, about 2 months to become the dominant strain. This strain's been in Ohio a little while. If it becomes the dominant strain, the grave concern is that it appears to be much more contagious than what we're dealing with today. So again, a caution. Another caution, we have to keep doing what we're doing. We're improving things. We're improving them because of what you're doing and what you're not doing. This didn't happen just by chance. This has happened because we have better than 90% of people who are wearing masks in retail establishments every single day across Ohio. And we have inspectors out. We know what the numbers are. So those numbers remain high. I think people are being more careful, and we're seeing our cases come down. But we have to continue to do that. We have to continue to play ball. We have to continue to stay focused on it. So with these cautions, here's what we're going to do. If we have 7 straight days where our hospitalization number from COVID is below 3,500, as you can see, I think we've had now 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. We're in our 6th day. So this should continue. We hope this is going to continue. And so we should be able to announce on Thursday. And what we've mapped this out, 7 days, straight days, below 3,500, we'll go to 11 p.m. curfew. And we'll keep that curfew, our plan will be at least, to keep that curfew for 2 weeks. If we go for 7 straight days below 3,000, if we get this number down below the 3,000, people keep that for 2 weeks, and 7 days below 2,500, there'll be no curfew. Now, I'm going to go to Dr. Vanderhoff. I want to make sure I've got this right, make sure my notes are right, Doctor, and you can kind of tell us how you came up with this plan. And again, make any corrections in this. I wrote this down pretty quick after you and I have been talking about this for a few days, but I'll turn it over to you, and you can correct me on the numbers if they're wrong.
Thank you very much, Governor. Well, as we've indicated in the past, hospital utilization across our state really is one of our most reliable indicators of how severe COVID is at that time. When people are sick enough with COVID to be in the hospital in high numbers, we know we are facing a very serious situation. So as we consider easing our current curfew, it just made sense to look at our daily report of concurrent hospital utilization by COVID patients. Now, when our COVID hospitalizations, as the governor noted, are above 2,500, now remember, that's 3 times our peak census during a typical flu season. our hospitals are facing volumes that really strain their ability to deliver other care, especially things like routine diagnostic and procedural care. They do it, but it's under a lot of strain. When they get above 3,500, which as the governor indicated, we were at just several days ago, we know they face very high demand, and responses like local and regional diversions and the need for more transfers become much more common. Therefore, we're confident that if our hospital utilization across the state drops below 3,500 for 7 consecutive days, which, as the governor pointed out, it's done now for several days, we believe we can safely shorten our curfew for the following 2 weeks to the 11 p.m. Time that he noted. If hospital utilization were to subsequently drop even further below 3,000 for 7 consecutive days, it appears that we could safely move to a midnight curfew for a 2-week period. And if it drops below 2,500, again, that's about 3 times the volume that we would see at the peak of a typical flu season. If it drops below that for 7 days, we feel confident that we could lift that curfew. Now, it's important to remember that, as the governor noted, hospitalizations are a bit of a lagging indicator, which means that if they go back up, we would likely have to respond quickly to reinstitute the appropriate level of measure, because it would be telling us we were already in that circumstance. This is not a predictive measure, it's a lagging measure. So we just have to bear that in mind. Governor, I'll turn